WFO Radio here with front row starter Oriol Servia. Oriol, how about that? From on the sidelines, wondering where you would be, what would happen in your career, to now on the front row of the greatest spectacle in racing.
Life is amazing, isn't it? Yeah, just when you less expected things, magic happen, and that's what we've gone through this year. I mean, last year I didn't have a ride. Newman Haas are a great team, but last year they had a tough season, and all of a sudden we decided to try this together, and things are happening. We're 13 points. We go to Indianapolis and we qualified in the top 9 first, and then we go for the pool shootout, and we almost got pole. You know, we are in the front row for the greatest race in history. You know, being the Indy 500, the centennial year of the Indy 500, and being in the front row is such a luxury to be there and be in the front row. As I said, that it's just amazing.
I always like to look at the greater human stories here, and I think about yourself. You didn't just become a great race car driver yesterday. You've always had talent, but haven't had the pieces fall together. I know there are a lot of people out there in their jobs right now feeling the same way, and they might see your story and say, wow, this guy had to be frustrated. He knew how good he could be in the right situation and still continued to work and get things done, and then things fell together. Do you think you're an example to some of those people out there?
You told my story. I mean, I don't know if I'm an example. What for sure I am an example of that. If you try hard and you don't give up, just eventually, because just you don't give up, the door opens. And it's just, you know, you hear that story many times on different different arenas, different sports or careers, and it's just like that. But you have to be lucky enough that you're not forced to give up. Like last year, honestly, I didn't have a job, and I tried right and left different ways to get into racing. Like I had so many marketing meetings and board meetings, and because you need to find a way to bring a sponsor to the team, and you just don't give up and you keep trying. But if things would have not happened this year, even if I didn't want to give up, man, you gotta eat. So I was probably gonna have to go some other way, some other championship. But just the last minute when I just didn't have any more resources, Newman has called me and said, hey, we want to do this right. We had a tough season last year. You're our man. Let's do it. And from there, then we started testing. Testing went well. Then we got Telemundo involved as a sponsor, and just things starting to click. We went to the first race. We finished 9th, which was great, but nothing spectacular. And then from there, we started to build, get better, and we're 13 points, and we're in the greatest race, starting in the front row. So it just shows that with commitment and of course you have to have great people around you. Like Newman has there's just great group of people, true racers, and it pays off.
Now, Oriol, these opportunities only come once in a lifetime. You've been working to get to this point. Okay, now you're on the front row of the greatest spectacle in racing. How do you take all the work, all the time, all the effort that you just told us about and turn it into something that will last a lifetime, your face on the Borg Warner Trophy?
Man, I mean, you say it just right. I mean, I don't know how are we going to do it, but I just know that I think it's a little bit like wine. It just through years you hope to get better, and if you're doing the right choices you get better, and if not you get worse. I think when I was 18 I was already as fast as I am now, but through the years and many races and many experiences and many teams, you just pick up a little bit through the path, and you hope that once you get the opportunity you're ready. And so far, it's shown that we're ready. We're just clicking. It's like 2 gears. The team, myself, and my teammate, James Hinchcliffe, we're working together in such a natural way, organic way, that I think that's why we're gaining so much traction. Other teams, they may have bigger budgets or, more experience with this car, but they don't have everything pulling one direction. We, as a team, we just happen to be pulling all one way, and that's why I think we're able to move forward more than others.
Very good. Well, listen, we wish you the best of luck. Congratulations on the front row start.
Awesome. Very excited. The whole team is very proud of the achievement, but we're not done. We're really looking forward to this 500-mile race ahead of us.
Oriol Servia, a great story in this year's Indy 500.